Hello, welcome to Maslow Tarot. I'm here to do a deep dive for you for November 2023. We just got finished with Sagittarius and Cancer. So now let's see who we're going to be reading for. Libra. All right, Libra. So far, a lot of my favorites popping out. All right, let's see. What letters are important for Libra for the month of November? I do bring in my guides, ancestors, guards, spirit of the highest vibration, please, only to assist me with this reading for Libra's utmost, highest benefit and good only. Thank you. All right, so we're looking for letters and numbers for Libra. And there's a nail in here. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so you didn't get very much. All right, Libra. Hour. Okay. So it looks like got 38 or 38. And then hour. So it could have been 3 to 8 hours ago that something's impacting you that will be important for the month of November. We have the letters Y, E, A, which to me is like yeah. Yeah. A could be I. So if any of these letters are important to you, maybe it will resonate. Let's get you your themes for the month of November. Humor and relaxation. You might use humor to cope. And you might be feeling the coldness coming in with some hibernation energy. The cold season is for resting and rejuvenation, healing. All right, very nice. All right, let's go straight into the tarot and see what is going on for you. Libra. All right. For Libra, confidence candle is pretty strong. These are the prosperity and abundance candles. This is my personal little single one, but I'm going to be selling smalls and larges. You can find them on the Etsy shop. Someone purchased the medium set already, but I'm looking to make a bunch more, and I might be upgrading to paraffin wax. Not that you care, probably. Well, anyway, let's go into the tarot. A little distracted. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. We're going to be doing a Celtic cross. All right, so what is Libra's current energy in terms of what their concern might be for the month of November? So you have the Knight of Discs in reverse, feeling a little stuck, maybe stuffed, satiated. All right, ooh, crossing energy came out like fire. We got luxury. So probably spending a lot of time at home. Let me zoom in a little bit. Spending a lot of time at home, probably. Feeling a little slow moving for the month of November. Might party a little hard tonight. It's Halloween today when I'm recording this. All right, what is the foundation of your month? Ooh. Talk of the town. We got Prince of Wands or Prince of Wands with the journalist. So you might be getting some news or waiting on some news or some messages, and you might actually get appointed to do something. The distant past, we do have works in reverse, so you could be looking for a job right now. Building something. Since it's in reverse, I feel like maybe something's not working out in that realm. This could be just something long-term that just needs to be called out. Someone's probably not being a team player. All right, and then we've got, what about the immediate future or recent events that are affecting November in regards to this concern with the Knight of Discs? And we'll go into it more and clarify. Right now we're just getting these out. All right, so you might be looking for a promotion or an upgrade, wondering if you're gonna take a relationship to the next level, and you're waiting on an answer. It feels like. It looks like an answer might be good, or they're gonna make an offer, and that's gonna be what November is about. Recent events and or immediate future. Yes, it does look like there might be an offer. It might be from a Taurus, or you might be dealing with a Taurus, or somebody that you could really learn something from, a boss energy. You could be taking on a lot of responsibility at this time. What's crowning this spread for November? All right, so look, it feels like a lot of redemption might be going on in the month of November. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So something that made you sad is now just kind of, you're getting into the angry stage potentially. This is like your internal feelings, but it's more of like your hope and desire. You probably want to be less sad and be more angry, in a sense of transitioning out of pain. Interesting. And then what is your attitude towards the situation? Four of Swords. So it's generally restless energy, trying to actually figure out how to move on and move forward. Hitting the target, reaching the same goal, getting everybody on the same page. I'm getting like a show, like tired of the show. Like I'm getting like people just generally aren't interested. They just like the drama, and it's getting old. And then with the environment, how others see Libra. How is the environment in November affecting this situation in November? Power. Four of Wands. Or is this? No, this is Four of Pentacles, sorry. It feels like a buildup. 4, 4, 4. All right, interesting. It feels like a lot of coming together. Like people are going to start kind of taking sides, or you're going to start assessing the situation as it was, like feeling stuck and stagnant for a while because maybe this person never wants to go out or do anything fun, or maybe you're sensing an energy drain and now you're trying to go to the next step. Like, what more can I do from here if it's regards to employment or your goals? You might be worried about getting your heart broken or depleted. Your environment is showing a lot of promise with regards to building something off of a strong foundation. So I feel like this was really intentional. What are your fears regarding the situation? Libra. Devil in reverse. So you might be worried about obsessing about it, or you're just trying not to obsess about something at this time or make it bigger than it's supposed to be. You could also be working on sobriety or keeping things a little bit healthier, making good connections. I'm feeling like something from the past, you're worried about something that could come to light, or you could repeat an old pattern, but it's in reverse. So I feel like you're getting over this fear. You're getting over the fear of people figuring this out or people seeing you in this way. Could also be a Capricorn that you're trying to release. And then what is the probable outcome? Whoa. All right. So we got the 8 of Wands here. So a lot of energy coming in. Deliveries. A lot hitting you at one time that makes you want to kind of go in and isolate. But it's also like all this energy makes you feel like even though I'm surrounded by people, I'm all alone. I've been getting this for Libra for a while now. So this could be two different stories. The probable outcome is if things stay the same. So the energy as it stands, if nothing is done, a lot of what you've already worked towards, it's going to keep building and building and building. You've got a nice momentum going here. So it's on its way already. It's like you're not actually waiting for the start of anything. It's already started and it's going to keep going. But it's like, are you going to have to pay attention to this so much that you forget about yourself or that you feel isolated and alone? Let's get some clarifiers. All right. Let's get some clarifiers. All right. Clarifying this spread for Libra for November. We're doing a deep dive for their highest and best good on the piece. Let's see what we got. You might be needing to take things a little less seriously because you've already done as much as you're able to do, right? It takes time, I guess. So it's like try to relax in the lightheartedness of the situation if you can, or heal after putting a lot of really hard work into something. I feel like this also could be a warning of not overdoing simple pleasures, like letting really good habits that are healthy for you go. Something about eating better. Let's see, what was in the, okay, they knew my question already. Distant past. So we had, Knight of Pentacles in reverse was the distant past, and that's kind of why it's going, what you're dealing with. But you've dealt with this before with the Page of Pentacles. It's like somebody dangled the carrots, dangling the carrot energy. So we're on this long-term journey, and then it's like, wait, I feel like we've been on this long-term journey. It's not really going anywhere, but they keep distracting you with this really shiny thing, but it's just a page. It's just an idea. It's not an action. It's not a fulfillment. Interesting. So I think that's kind of like what's on your mind in the month of November. Like, is this a long-term plan, or is this just something I'm supposed to leverage into my next, into the next phase of my life? Whether that be a relationship or job. Okay. So in this near future, this is the recent events or immediate future. So I do see an offer coming in. Seven of Pentacles. You've heavily invested in this. You put on a show. You did the work. You made the moves with the red slippers here, showing passionate movement. But the clawing at the self, it's almost like I was willing to endure in order to prosper, in order to get this opportunity. Like, you fought for this opportunity. You deserve the crown. So it's not exactly exciting. It's almost expected at this point. Interesting. All right, foundation, we got the journalist, which is probably the offer that comes in. 10 of Pentacles, probably very lucrative. It's like your crown gets even bigger. A lot more responsibility. It was fated as well. This is something that I feel like you've sewn this red string of fate in order to be exactly where you are, to the point where it's like, okay, now where am I gonna go? Because you're always, it feels like you're always thinking ahead, right? With this Four of Swords energy, it can be quite restless in the self-image or attitude. It's like, hey, I have not given myself a moment to even breathe because I'm constantly preparing for the next battle or the next fire that I have to put out or the next phase. So be wary of burnout. Also, I'm getting, with the Knight of Wands right here in reverse, be careful of not showing your team or anybody else who's working with you, whether it be in a relationship or at work, be wary of not showing them the acknowledgement that they potentially deserve if they put a lot of hard work. I feel like this is someone who's stealing the show. This also could be somebody that you're competing with, or just your partner could feel overshadowed. All right, the environment, how they see you. I feel like you're popular. Like they see you as somebody who's kind of, okay, strategic. Seven of Swords. Be careful if you are trying to get away with anything at this time, or if somebody's trying to get away with something, trying to swindle you. The Seven of Swords in reverse shows that something's going to be illuminated here and reveal, which is part of that eclipse energy too. So it's going to be revealing anything that might have been done behind the back or with less than pure intentions. Okay, with these internal fears, we had the Devil, but it was in reverse right here. All right, so we've got the Empress. So the Empress is somebody who likes to beautify things and nurture things. She's the mother of the deck in a sense of the way she comforts and takes care of things with kind of like a selfless being and a sense of purpose. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as well. So with this being an internal fear, it's kind of like when the opportunity, so not that the opportunity is going to be taken away. I'm getting like overqualified potentially. I'm getting a sense of like being worried about being overqualified. So if that resonates, please let me know. Otherwise, you're getting over some toxic behaviors and you're kind of worried about maybe a past coming out. So you're presenting yourself in this Empress quality. Like, I can take care of everything. I have everything under control. I can make things beautiful. It's like a big, beautiful Band-Aid is what it feels like. And I think with regards to this also with the Ace of Pentacles, maybe you haven't handled rejection well in the past. So that could be something that you're worried about. You're really worried about your presentation potentially and how you're carrying yourself. And I think that's a good thing to have on your mind. Or how you come off if you are doing the rejecting. So if this is like a romantic situation, you're having the offer come to you, you could just be hanging out with your friends, wondering if this person can actually hang with you and partake in all the fun things that you want to partake in, or if they're more of a homebody. We do have 10 of Pentacles, so it's like, is the offer for me or my pentacles? It could also be a worry as well. All right, then we got the probable outcome, swiftness, and the Hermit. So if this is handled too quickly and without any type of sensitivity, it could cause you to be lonely, or you'd prefer to be alone in any case anyway. Six of Pentacles in reverse, you could potentially not feel the same way, or things could get really unbalanced really quickly. Feeling like it's a one-sided situation. Nine of Swords in reverse, but it's something that I don't think you're dealing with. I think it's somebody that whoever you're dealing with is dealing with. If it's having to do with a relationship, it's like you're taking care of them or somebody else is being taken care of here. And it's like really quickly everything changes. And realizing this person probably, if they are that homebody and you like to go do fun things, maybe they're actually truly lonely. And it's like, hey, I'm realizing you don't want to be with me because you like me. You want to be with me because you're lonely and because I take care of you in certain ways that you need or like. I thought the Hermit was interesting. I think the two Hounds here. These cards do an interesting thing with light. I really like it. It reminds me of one of my favorite movies. Very cool. All right, so what is this Hermit in reverse? And I'm getting, like, even if you're rejecting this person or this situation, it's like you knew it was a really good opportunity, but it's like, damn, look at how hard I've worked. Is this enough? But it's also still sad. Like, we forget that. Like, even when we feel rejected, it's like we forget that the person doing the rejecting probably, it's not easy. That's why so many people, I think, ghost each other these days, is because they're afraid. They're afraid to hurt people's feelings. When it's like, you're not really hurting someone's feelings, you're just being honest and giving them an opportunity to go find exactly what works, because you already know that it's not. Yeah. So in November, the probable outcome, if nothing really changes, I do see a lot of work. Okay, a lot of work being done, an opportunity coming in, or an opportunity being rejected if it does come in. There's a lot of restless energy and some fears here about falling into old habits, or old habits coming to light in your social or work circle, or even, you know, causing an offer to be rejected because of old things from the past might surface. So this is really a time to check in with ourselves, and if we've healed our old patterns, or if we still need healing, or if we just need to acknowledge it. Sometimes people just need to be communicated with. So it can be like, hey, just to let you know, this was something that I had issues with in the past and I'm working on it. Like, if I overtalk you, if I steamroll you, you know, if I ask too many questions, it's just could be warranting for a conversation here. Because someone could see you as pretty stubborn, or you could be seeing someone as strategic. So it's kind of like, hey, well, am I seeing this correctly, or is this me just being paranoid and worried about being taken advantage of because I was hurt in the past? So it works in reverse in the past, right? It's like, I'm not going to take the offer until you give me the offer letter. So I'm going to keep applying and keep looking, and then find out, hey, oh crap, well, I guess the position actually isn't coming. 5 of Pentacles. There's going to be hope in times of darkness. A lot of time thinking, a lot of time trying to find the light if you do feel lonely in the month of November. Time to sit and just wait. Looking for guidance. You might be looking for a lot of guidance in November if you are feeling lonely. And again, if you're feeling lonely, it doesn't mean that you're legitimately alone. It just means, like, I just don't feel like I'm heard. I don't feel like I'm seen. We know how deep that can get. I kind of want to get more on that with these chakra cards. Can you give me past, present, future for Libras? Grief. Okay, insecurity. Okay, so you might have done a lot of work. I'm getting, okay, so this doesn't have to be everybody, but there could have been a loss in the past. Doesn't have to be as deep as a pet or a family member, but it's something that really hurt your heart, whether it be not feeling valued at work or a partnership. And then there's a renewal period that you've been going through, but I feel like you've been kind of going through the motions and creating, because you're probably extremely very powerful in manifesting and following your dreams, and you're able to see all the different balance requirements in order to keep things moving. So it's like things keep moving, but this grief is still hanging around. This worry is still hanging around. Whereas in the near future, you're probably going to realize, hey, things are going to be a lot more clear now. Like HD, you know what I mean? And you're like, I'm only getting older. There's a lot less in front of me than there is behind me. So I need to let the behind me go so I can explore a whole new future. So you might be just rethinking your trajectory in that sense of like, okay, well, I created all these things, but is it exactly what does it mean now after I've gotten to this milestone? Am I just regurgitating information because that's what society says is the American dream or the dream? Not everybody's American, sorry. Am I just doing what I'm seeing on TV? Like, what does this mean to me? So I feel like you're really hitting a maturity point in your growth cycle, which is kind of exciting. All right, let's look at love. Let's see if you have any specific love messages coming out. So for Libras, right. What are some love messages for Libra? That one's gonna go back. Surrendering in reverse. I'm getting like a really uncomfortable feeling, but it's like uncomfortable with this transition, this newness. Surrendering to honesty is what I got. Nostalgia. Memories. All of our new experiences somehow relate to our old experiences in that we compare, you know, we align. We're also getting choice. This doesn't really make me comfortable. Thinking about the choices you made and who you keep kind of, someone might, you know, cross your mind that you've been with before. Forgiveness. Let's see. Love is a choice. The memory, the passion, those are moments. But when it comes to the relationship, the longevity of growing something beautiful is getting through those dark times. It's a choice every time. Surrendering to moving on. And it's a choice also to move on. I'm getting if you are leaving an option or opportunity behind, you're gonna feel wanted again. And I feel like that's important to you. You're gonna feel kind of like nurtured and appreciated for even the small little weirdness. I'm getting like your elbows, I don't know, or like the crevices, the little shadows that your bones make. The way that you don't fit perfectly into clothes. You know, something about the legs, the leg muscles, like if you stand a lot, somebody could particularly see like you always lean to one side and they really kind of think it's cute because that muscle is like bulgier than the other one. You get to lay down the passion in a sense of just being in the moment, because it seems like a lot of this passion in the past is feeding the momentum of movement. Sometimes we need to let the passion just breathe and be in the moment. And sometimes we can experience all this nostalgia and memory and emotions regarding that. Like, did I make the right choice? Yes, I'm proud of myself. I'm looking at myself back in the day and, you know, I'm glad I forgave that person, or I forgive myself because I was still growing and I was honest. It took me a while. But this time I'm going to surrender to something new. I'm going to surrender to something, letting something go instead of trying to fit this mold that somebody else created because of capitalism or, you know, scarcity mindsets. And just being free in the moment. You build something beautiful. Free flow. Free flow, baby. Very nice. All right, let's see here. Let's get you a whisper of love. Actually, no, let's get you a crystal. I've been really into these crystals lately, and I haven't pulled on these in a while. I used to put these on Instagram because I was still learning the crystals, but now it's kind of like, oh, yeah. Maybe I should start that up again. It just seemed like more trouble than it's worth. I really just want to get the messages out for whoever needs them. All right, for Libra. Ooh, healthy boundaries. Red jasper. Excuse my nail. Red jasper. There's that red again. Red could be like your power color, your favorite color. It's very root energy, groundedness with the feet, digging your heels in. Let's see what the book says on red jasper. All right. So it is the root chakra or the base chakra. Make it nice and close so you can look at it. Maybe you have red jasper. It's pretty common. So red jasper is an ancient stone utilized in ceremonies and rituals for protection, purification, and to facilitate a deeper connection to earth. When you embark on a journey to connect with this sacred stone, you'll start to awaken to the wisdom and knowledge of healthy boundaries, as this is the crystal's hidden medicine. Red jasper invites you to connect deeply to the earth as you open your heart to receive the love of Mother Nature. Breathe this healing energy of red jasper into your heart as you start to feel strong, grounded, and more balanced within. It is now time for you to awaken your inner strength as you create loving, healthy boundaries in your life. The meanings of red jasper include sacred stone used in ceremonies for protection. It draws on Mother Earth's healing energy up into the body. Assists in setting healthy boundaries. Assists in overcoming deep-seated fear of abandonment, which makes sense with the distant past affecting your current energy and then your fears over here. Right, nurturing something that was toxic or nurturing something that made you not like yourself or, things like that. So it leads you to only get rejected in the end. You've attracted this card into your life to remind you of the importance of healthy boundaries. Creating and understanding the meaning of healthy boundaries for most people can sometimes be overwhelming and confusing. When you start to create healthy boundaries, you can sometimes get confused and think you're being selfish or too hard on yourself and others, especially that Libra brain, right? Always trying to make everybody happy. So this is a perfectly normal part of the process and others. Process of understanding and creating healthy boundaries. So be patient and gentle with yourself. And know that this process is different for everyone. You may have pulled this card today because someone in your life may be taking too much from you or you're giving too much. That requires a balance in giving and receiving. You can disempower others and yourself if this sharing comes from an unhealthy intention. The Devas are here, offering you wisdom and healing as you master the process of setting healthy boundaries. You are a gorgeous, loving soul who provides healing. You are a generous, loving soul who provides healing. And you support people, sometimes too many people. And the Devas urge you to learn to honor your own needs first. Start to know and be aware of your own and others' boundaries, remembering it is your responsibility. We're getting scolded. I'm Libra rising. To take care of your own needs, the action of creating healthy boundaries can bring out a deep healing of self on many levels. It brings the energy and awareness back to the heart and allows you to come from a place of love and clarity, and encourages loving, nurturing, and fulfilling relationships to blossom in your life based on mutual love, respect, and healthy boundaries. If I hear boundaries one more time, it's kind of like the energy I'm feeling. It's like if I hear that word one more time. All right, so there's that red. That could be the root of this, because if we look at the red, she's sitting on it over here. If we look at the other cards, like, I don't know. I have to stay organized or else things get crazy. But I'm looking at where the red shows, and there was one card, this one, the Seven of Pentacles. This reminds me of that movie Black Swan. I think that's what it's about. The other side. Making yourself bleed by moving constantly, and also making it look beautiful just the same. So drawing all this energy, you're grounded, but it could be taking too much from you at this time to where you have to strategically figure out what to keep and what to let go. You already know what you don't want based on these hopes and fears. You want things that make you feel good, but you also want to make sure that you're only taking on what you want, saying yes because that's truly what you want, or else your energy will be scattered. All right, so for November, it looks like you have an offer coming in. We're not sure if you quite want it. I feel like you've been doing this dance for a long time, waiting for this type of opportunity to come through, and you might actually take it, but it does feel still restless. Like, is this really it? Knight of Wands actually was in reverse, I believe. It's like you finally get to rest and now you're exhausted, and looking back on everything, it's kind of like, is this really what I wanted? Because this is the luxury card, but look at his face. Are you ever able to shut it off? You know, that's some of you. And then some of you are getting over a past grief, whether it be loss of a loved one, loss of a job, loss of respect. Feels like respect, because it feels like somebody's been dangling this carrot and making it look all beautiful, and then when you finally get there, it's like not exactly what you expected. It felt like you were strategically put in this place where you're supposed to cling on to. Four of Pentacles, I mean, that's about comfort zone, but it's also about being really solid on your critical values, the critical reasons why you stick into the long game. Pentacles are long game energy. It's also materials, certain materials that you're looking for, pay. It's also respect. Very nice. Just remember the crown of your spread is the Three of Swords as well. I kind of want to look into this a little bit, actually. We didn't really get to. And I think this is just because something, again, I feel like this is a transition from pain to anger. It's kind of like we go through a grief process. And since the distant past is this loss, the loss probably is turning in from sorrow into anger. And that's a necessary transition. I mean, it might not be pretty, but there could be a disrespect that you're finally seeing. Something is being illuminated now that makes you feel like you're putting somebody on a pedestal, right? Or putting something on a pedestal. You're getting over that sorrow, and now you're getting a little pissed. And sometimes that's needed in order to help us move on. So November might be what were we calling it? A villain era? It might be the beginning of your villain era. You got to do what's right for you. And sometimes to get out of passive aggressive tendencies, which is really a fear-based concept of inauthenticity, of being the self because you're afraid of hurting people, you're afraid of rejection. We're getting rid of fear when we get angry, right? We're getting rid of the fear. But just like the baby scorpion who stabs its victim until it's completely depleted of poison, it's too much. So then we learn to back off a little bit. We learn that with maturity and growth. And I feel like what's crowding this is your transition from pain to anger, but it's also showing that you've done a lot of growing along this way because you've been strategic. I feel like you have been fair, but your team, you might have had too many people relying on you and not enough people to rely on. So that might be something where it starts to rebalance itself with the anger to the hermit, the isolation, taking time to really look at, you know, hey, I'm rich, but I'm still got Five of Pentacles energy. Something's missing, right? Something's missing. Maybe, you know, I did the dance and I did all the things, but I forgot something, left something out. And it probably holds the key to the pain originating from that past event. So again, it's like a repeating cycle, except it's more of like a spiral because you're going upwards or whatever, you're moving forward. This is a good thing because you're releasing anxieties. Things are still happening very quickly, but I think you're able to take time out and be like, okay, I'm actually pretty freaking lonely, right? I'm gonna figure out what's missing. And this could be you realizing this transition and being like, okay, I'm gonna get out of the anger and kind of replace that with something new, right? It doesn't have to be rainbows and butterflies. It can be fun, you know? You could just want to have some fun. It could be being a little bit more vulnerable. All right, what is this Three of Sorrow? Three of Swords. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so I'm getting like a really cold, like cut off, like completely cut off communication. This person acted like you were nothing, right? Or they could have said something really nasty about you with coldness. So not necessarily something to literally hurt you, but just to make you feel like you were nothing. And to me, I think that could be worse than being degraded sometimes, is being literally treated like you're absolute nothing. So I'm sorry if that's something that you went through, but you are realizing, it feels like you're going through an epiphany moment in November, like, oh shit, like that hurt. And I was angry for a while, but now that I'm looking back on it, that person sucked. And they're probably lonely and they have their own path, and that's something that they're gonna have to deal with. That is no longer something that you are responsible for. So it's a releasing pattern. And it's gonna, by releasing that, or through releasing that, you're also multitasking and allowing yourself to see what to hold on to, what to let go of, releasing the anxiety and anything that's Six of Pentacles in reverse, unbalanced, unfair, breadcrumb energy, right? I'm getting wishy-washy. I'm not a maybe person. If I'm asking you to hang out and you say, oh, let's play it by ear. No. No, I asked you to hang out. You either have the availability or you don't. Otherwise, I'm going to move on with my life. Like, that's what I'm getting. It's power. You're getting out of the anger because anger is still pain, and you're moving into power. And I like it, Libra. It's been a dirty road, but you know, that's what healing is, right? It's messy, it's gross, it's embarrassing. No, there's no perfect way to do it, but all I can say is moving forward, that's literally what we do. And for anybody who experienced a really deep loss in the distant past that keeps coming up, I do apologize, and I hope that you can get through these cold months not feeling isolated. Try to say yes. Try to say yes as this energy comes in, because you do have a lot hitting you. Regardless of whether you do anything different today, this is the outcome. Whether you make it, if you don't make any changes, you're still gonna have a lot of movement. But it feels like a lot of deliveries, a lot of giving. So maybe say no, say yes, whatever resonates for you, that maybe you don't do enough. Try something a little different. Shake it up a bit. All right, blah, blah, blah. I keep blabbing. I feel like after a while, my own voice gets annoying. All right, let's get some messages from the mermaids. For Libra, from your friendly water signs. Whoa. Memories. Boom, boom. There it is. And I feel like her hair is actually turning into binding. Memories. Okay. For some of you, very, very small of you, I think you're going through, or you went through a transition, maybe from male to female, female to male, whatever and you're getting used to being in your own skin. And I think there's a lot of pain resurfacing. Maybe I think I'm getting like a cyclical pain, so seasonal, if you will. Like, say something happened, or let's say around Halloween, and it was pretty traumatic, or it just affected you, or in some type of way, and this could be a resurfacing of that energy because it's around that time. So it's something that you're forced to look at. Happens in a lot of trauma, survivors, victims of violence. So I definitely send you strength and healing if that's something that you're dealing with. And protection energies. I feel like you might be having some nightmares. Salt baths are really, really good for clearing energy and just literally getting your brain to stop. And I feel like that's obvious. Also, it might be good to just trim a little bit off of the hair. Our body holds energy and memories. Maybe it's time to change up your hair. Try a new style. Do the thing that you've always wanted to do. Like, why not? Shake it up. This is a whole new era. All right, moving forward. Boom, boom. There's Poison. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I think Ariel and her dad, but it says move forward. Oh, I like that. This is like Emperor vibes, taking control. You've built an empire. Now it's just about maintaining it. You know, and with that maintenance, time keeps moving forward. So you gotta keep it interesting for yourself, or else it just gets stagnant. But you're moving forward regardless. Okay. Self-care oracle. Some advice. I'm only gonna take the top one because these get staticky. Oh geez, energy, right? And if you see what the reading is on the back, stop trying to please everyone. Everyone is a whole lot of people. Protect your energy. What was your card? Boundaries. Red jasper. Might be time to invest. This is a very common stone. Or you can even get a picture of it, or you can even literally just imagine it in your head. You don't need the actual physical item. It's a mindset. And whenever we think of a mind, like little radio waves come off, it causes a vibrational ripple, like boundaries. Like, I'm not saying build any, iron casted walls, but what I'm saying is mindfulness. All right, any other self-care recommendations? Ooh, I'm getting Charger coffee. So, like whenever you make your coffee in the morning or tea, or whenever you have a moment, you literally just hold it in your hands and you can charge it with a vibration of intention. So if I say I love you, that's a different vibration than I hate you. Check out the rice experiment. I actually learned this in college in psychology, but they did like this experiment about rice, and they put it in a dark closet, bowl of rice, and it was cooked rice, not like grained or dehydrated, but cooked rice, or non-dehydrated rice, sorry. And one room had classical music with a replay of positive affirmations. I love you, you're great, you're wonderful, thank you, all those things. The other one was negative, and guess which one rotted first? The negative one. So, science. But the vibrational energies pull rather than give, and then empower. So if you tell your water, even, like, it changes the it changes the molecular composition of the vibration of that water. So it's kind of like a nice little easy ritual you can do to remind yourself and get yourself on that higher vibration, so that you bring good things to you and not bad shit. So we get what we give in this life, and it's just a good moment whenever we put something in our body to, I guess, just say like thanks, or make a joke. Humor, right? Humor is mysterious, and I love it. There's a lot not really known about like the brain and humor. But it is healing. Very nice. Oh, you can't see. Okay, I think that, oh, you know what? Let's get you some of these before I let you go. I'm gonna do some tea leaf cards. For Libra, can we get confirmation of something in November that they can look forward to in different groups of Libras, or just the collective? Diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. There's that offer. Somebody could be proposing maybe, and then you're like, I don't know. Oh, we forgot to read this one. The self-care card. Space. I like how, like, this is not necessarily, like, symmetrical, but it's very spread out to where it's visually appealing, and everything has a place. It says the quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. So maybe it's time to declutter, get rid of old things. Old things hold old energy. There was a time in my life where I actually had to get rid of literally everything. And at first it was really scary and painful, but after that, it just became a realization of how little I actually needed all those things, and more about quality, like what life is about, the experience of sitting under a tree and being like, oh my God, those leaves are so pretty. Like, it's so magnificent. I don't know. Rather than surrounded by all these old memories, it's like, just be. Gosh, I'm blabby. All right. Ink pot. Problems will be resolved, or to be resolved. Looks like there might be a message coming in. I'm getting somebody who's really old-fashioned. Oh my gosh, guess what card came out? November. Very grounding month for you, I think. But also, like, shade. Not in a negative sense, but, like, calm after the storm. Let's see. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. So that's where you have to have boundaries. So realize, like, when no is not meaning no to somebody, might gotta just hit them over the head with a club. I'm just kidding. But metaphorically speaking, your no might not sound like no. Maybe we gotta work on that. And again, sometimes we have to go a little bit overboard in order to regain balance, because we're getting used to using our voice. You'll be playing a different role, changing your role. And psychic ability, trust your intuition. So dreams could be very big at this time. You probably already knew this was coming. And with that card, I will end the reading. Very cool. Thank you for hanging out with me, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe or share. I'll probably be starting a drawing as the readings start to pick up for the end of the year. And if I can make it to 500 subscribers, then we will do a drawing for one of my candles. I haven't decided yet if I want it to be something I've already pre-made, or if I'm gonna do it like by request of whoever wins the drawing. So again, this is the prosperity candle. This is one of the small candles. This will give you about 8 hours to 12 hours of a burn. It smells really good. It's like a deeper crispy. It's deeper, but yet crispy. Crispy spa-like fall. So fall in the spa kind of deal. Crispy leaves and campfire vibes, but yet a little dash of eucalyptus and jasmine. So that's what you got to look forward to. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Please check out the Etsy shop for our latest offerings of intention candles and personal readings. Thank you so much. I wish you the absolute best for November.